Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing what I'm calling Entertainment Tuesdays, where I'm taking all the interesting things I've seen throughout the week and we're going to discuss them today. So today is Tuesday the 10th of January 2023 and we're going to start with some world news. Today, Prince Harry's book Spare has been released. The embargo's lifted and people can now review it, and so far we've got some mixed reviews. I'm going to read from my laptop. The Guardian's review by Charlotte Higgins, chief cultural writer, says that it's a flawed attempt to reclaim the narrative by turning sympathetic and absurd. This is a memoir that deals in the tropes of tabloid storytelling, even as it lambasts them. We've also got the Independent review by Lucy Pavia saying that Spare by Prince Harry is a chaotic but stylish memoir that sets fire to the royal family. His wife might be the natural on camera, but the Duke of Sussex hits his stride on paper in this breathtakingly frank book. So that was a good review. We've also got the Financial Times reviewing it by Henry Mance, saying that Spare by Prince Harry is complain and explain. The memoir is arguably the most insightful royal book in a generation, yet still leaves readers with many questions about the monarchy unanswered. So what do you think? Are you going to be buying this book? Are you going to read this? Do you even care what Harry has to say? I think I might have a read of it just so I'm a little bit more in the know about this particular conversation. But it's been going on for some time now. We had Oprah with them too, then they had the Netflix documentary, and so far a lot of people have exposed them for lying. So is this now just another attempt to gain sympathy from people, and Harry's book's just going to be full of lies again? And like I said, I've not read this book, so I'm not sure, but so far reviews are coming in mixed. There's hot and cold ones, so that's quite interesting. So moving on to the actual entertainment part of, my Entertainment Tuesdays. So we've got Netflix has released Use Season 4, 2 posters. We've got one where Joe's in the centre holding a book. We've got the cast around him who's going to be featuring. Now, I feel like this is very Cluedo looking. I feel definitely it's very Cluedo looking. If you're a fellow UVian like myself, what do you think? Do you think like this looks good? There's quite a few British actors that have actually been used, as well as some Americans as well. We also got the second poster as well, which is more of a group shot where everybody's in and nobody's being cut up at the top half. I'll have these on the screen so you can see. So who do we think is going to die in this season, So, because one or more are definitely going to die, or will it be Joe himself? I haven't seen the trailer yet. I'm going to do a reaction after this, but I have seen the tagline about him being stalked, from stalker to stalked. So, that sounds kind of good. And then we also see on this tagline here that social climbing can be murder. So we definitely know some murders are going to be happening. And I think the colour scheme, again, I've already said Cluedo, but it looks very like murder mystery. Imagine if it's going to all be set in the same location. And there is a part 1 and part 2, which is interesting. We can also see by these two posters that the cast look like the same kind of people we've seen before. The tend to be rich and tend to be a bit entitled people that Joe seems to find himself amongst and pick off one by one. Let's hope this time we get maybe a few more deaths than last season, although last season was brilliant and I felt so much sympathy for the couple at the end when they were trapped in that glass box, and I wanted them to die. Moving on, we've got our next story, and this one's quite good. So Funko may have accidentally had their pop figures for the live action Little Mermaid with Halle Berry being released. So if this is to be true, and it's not a fake mock-up of pop figures like some people can do and people have done, then what we're seeing is our first look at Ursula, King Triton, Eric, and also Ariel when she's no longer a mermaid. If that's the case, then what we can see here is new outfits for these characters and our first looks. So I'll have these pictures there so you can see along with me, so you can see what I'm looking at and what I'm talking about. So Ursula is thus the main feature of this pop figure leak. She's got her character art on the back, and as well we've got a picture which I put on screen as well of the front. And what we can see is the changes immediately to Ursula from blue eyeshadow to green eyeshadow. No purple skin. We seem to be having this long black dress. She's got the shell, and we've also can see here that her tentacles, the sucker parts, they're blue. So they've gone from purple to blue. There's definitely more of a cold kind of colour palette we're working with here for Ursula this time round. Same hair, same white little short quiff hair. The eyebrows look good on this, but this is a pop figure. But we'll have to see when Melissa McCarthy, I think it's still Melissa McCarthy, we'll have to see what she looks like in a trailer. But it does look good. If this is to be believed, Ursula looks good. I will note, though, that it seems that Disney's live actions are taking characters, female characters who are, green for Maleficent and Ursula who was purple, and we're not keeping these, or they were shades of green and purple, weren't they? And we're not keeping to this color palette. We seem to have gone with a very pale, icy white skin tone again, just like Angelina Jolie when she portrayed Maleficent. And actually, this pop figure, I'll try and find Angelina's one to compare it to. They do look strikingly alike. So is all of the live-action Disney villains now going to be copying each other? We got Cruella by Emma Stone. She was also very white with black. So maybe that's the tone they're going for with the villains. Also, we can see here that King Triton has no longer got that nice white long beard that we all know and love. He's now got a short grey one, and according to this pop figure, short hair. And he seems to have some battle armor on. He's no longer shirtless like in the cartoon. He's got some armor on. Think Aquaman, that kind of fish underwater mermaid armor. We also get another look here at Halle Berry's Ariel, and we can see that she's wearing an aquamarine dress, and it's got like Odette sleeves on the side, which I think like frilly sleeves. So this might be like her summer dress look, the one from Ariel when she's in the blue with the white and the bows. This might be the Kiss the Girl look. We can also see that she's got white shoes on, but I can't tell if it's knee-high white boots with like a pink ribbon on, or if it's like trainers. Are we modernizing Ariel? Is this? I mean, we haven't seen a trailer. We've only seen her as a fish. To me, they look like they could either be boots or trainers, but let's hope they've gone with boots and not trainers. There's a great first look at Ursula and the cast in their outfits, and maybe what they're going to look like in the film, if this is to be believed. Next, we have some more entertaining, more juicy news, and we have Tom Hanks, who's weighed in on Kate Hudson's comments about nepotism and how other industries have a lot more nepotism, according to Kate Hudson, than Hollywood does, and that industry, the film industry. Tom Hanks, according to The Hollywood Reporter, has addressed the nepotism debate, defending his children working in the entertainment industry, saying this is a family business. We also got another quote here from Tom saying, "Doesn't matter what our last names are, we have to do the work in order to make that a true and authentic experience for the audience." Following on from that, in the article, it also appears that Tom says, "Look, this is a family business. This is what we've been doing forever. It's what all of our kids grew up in." And saying, if we were a plumbing supply business, or if we ran the florist shop down the street, the whole family would be putting in time at some point, even if it was just inventory at the end of the year. So what do you think about that? Do you think that Hollywood should allow nepotism because it's a family business just like other family businesses? Or do we think that Hollywood talent should be sourced elsewhere and not directly from movie stars? Let me know what you think about that one. Okay, next up, we're going through these quite quickly, but that's the whole point of these Entertainment Tuesdays. I'm going to do brief, quick news stories, but I'll put them down in the description, the time of each little news story, so you can go and skip ahead if you want or not. So next up anyway, we have the Ant-Man poster revealed. Now I'm not sure if we've been given another trailer or not. I might have to check that. If we have, there'll be a reaction up at some point. But it seems to me that Marvel definitely puts a lot more time and effort into other areas of the Marvel franchise, the MCU. It's an okay poster. It's not the most exciting, and it's not the most thrilling. The colours are nice, but I think that as far as posters go, if I was being sold on this poster, I don't think I'd be intrigued enough. Even with Cassie Lang being the new addition to this poster and this film, all suited up and aged up thanks to the blip. However, I don't think that's enough. And even with Kang there, our villain, in his comic book accurate costume, played by the same actor that was in Loki. But yeah, this feels tamed. That's what it is. Feels tamed. But maybe it feels tamed because the MCU has gone so silly at this point, thanks to the Thor films and the Guardians films. What we're looking at is, Phase 5's more serious avenue they're going down. I mean, the end of Phase 4 with Wakanda Forever, that was a serious movie, but I really enjoyed that. That was such a good movie, and I think that maybe they're trying to go in that direction now. Less silly, and more serious. I mean, they don't even look like they're even on this poster. None of them look real. They look like cartoon drawn-up characters. I mean, did anybody even have to pose for this? It doesn't look like it. It looks like the AI, actually, has just decided to make this poster, and they've just slapped on the Ant-Man Quantumania, Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania logo, and called it a day. I mean, who did design this? And I think this is a shame. I like Paul Rudd, and I think other people like Paul Rudd too. A lot of people like Paul Rudd. And he's not given the same attention as the other areas of the MCU, so that's a shame. Alright, moving on. We have our next story, which is, again, in the MCU corner, and this time is Liv Tyler returning as Betty Ross. So far there's a rumour, okay? We've got a rumour that Liv Tyler is reportedly in to return to Marvel Studios, and she's in talks with them, developing World War Hulk movie, which might be maybe in the future after the Captain America, which is also looking likely to be about the Hulks. Red Hulk and normal Hulk and She-Hulk are all meant to be within Captain America, Sam Wilson's Captain America at this point. So is Liv Tyler going to make a feature in that one? Is she going to be coming in a Hulk, in a World War Hulk kind of movie? Are they doing that? I've got the comics on some of the World War Hulk comics, and I thought they were great. But we need Red Hulk. Oh my god, would Liv Tyler become Red Hulk? Would this make sense? Would this be cool? Betty Ross's dad is Red Hulk after all. Is Betty Ross Liv Tyler coming to return as Red She-Hulk? Now that would be great, because I love Liv Tyler so much, and that would be amazing. Do Stephanie Panisillo in the What If episode, where Betty Ross featured in that. But would Liv Tyler return? To have such a small role, just to be the cliche smart female in the white lab coat, would Liv Tyler want that, or would she want something more like Red Hulk, Red She-Hulk even? Wouldn't that be better? I think she would come back for that. Or again, as I've said, do you think maybe Liv Tyler's come in talks to return, only in voice, to do another What If season? Either way, I'll take it. I love Liv Tyler. Alright, and our last little news story of this week from Tuesday, our little Entertainment Tuesday, is M&Ms have released their first ever all-female character package. And on the character package, we have supporting women flipping the status quo. Women supporting women. And now, what do you think, Do you, will this stop you from buying this particular chocolate bar? Or will it not matter to you at all? Does M&M really need to be the spearhead for women supporting women in 2023? Does chocolate now also need to be heavily divisive and political? Not that women supporting women is divisive, but there are some areas, incels, who like to, bash on women all the time, and the feminists. So, what do you think? Does chocolate need to be doing this? Does everything these days need to be political? I don't think candy and chocolate has to weigh in on these topics. I think we should leave that to maybe more of a serious thing. But are they just doing this because it's targeting the younger age demographic? Is that why they're doing this? But I don't know. What do you think? Bit of a fun little one at the end there for you. M&M's being all female. Okay, and that's that. That is the first ever All Things Entertainment Tuesday episode. That was fun. Hopefully we'll see what the next week brings us, and we can go from there. Alright then, I will see you guys in the next episode, which will probably be You Season 4 reaction, which I'll probably record straight after this. Alright then, bye!